Hey guys, welcome to my workshop. So right now, if you're watching this and you've been following my channel, you may notice that the audio is a little different, the lighting's a little different, and you're actually seeing an angle that you don't typically see here in the workshop. And that is because I'm starting to kind of do another workshop remodel, which is basically, I'm calling it part 3. If you remember in the past, I did a part 1, which was me doing my miter station, and I did not make a video about that. I didn't follow or have you follow along with me doing that. I really regretted that, but that was my stage 1. Stage 2 was when I did my workbench and some cabinets, and there are videos. There is a series on that as well. But now I'm starting stage 3, which is this whole crazy area that's always just been a catch-all. I had these shelves up here with wood. I took all that wood off and I've put it on my table saw. I've separated it between the wood that I want to keep and the wood that is just going to get junked. And I've kind of jumped right into it and kind of realized, you know what, let's record this, because here's why. I'm going to be doing a lot of remodeling here in the shop, and so rather than trying to put together some projects and some videos and doing the show of the Being a Craftsman DIY show, I just wanted to kind of have you follow along with me doing this remodel. It's going to be a much more of a vlog style type of video, and it's going to be a series that I have no idea how long it'll take. And to be honest, I'm not even sure how long each video will be and what the highlight of each video will be. I just want to bring you along in a vlog style of me in real time doing this workshop. So I'm going to actually grab my camera and move it around and show you what I'm doing and what my thoughts are. Okay, so this area, like I said, had a bunch of wood on some makeshift shelves against the wall. I had actually painted this wall, as you can tell, a while ago before I put those shelves up, and I didn't quite finish. So one of the projects is going to be finishing the painting, but kind of before all that, there's a lot of plumbing pipe, such as these valves here. It's actually capped off. They're galvanized pipe. There's a lot of pipe up here in the ceiling, and it's disconnected and just sitting up there for no reason. I've got pipes everywhere in this shop that are just completely useless. This area back here, you may have noticed a lot of times you'll see a shot where I'm cut it off about like this, and it looks like the wall at the end of the room. Well, it really isn't. It's basically hiding the water heater. Some of my earlier videos, actually, you can catch a view of that. But what I'm going to try to do is move this water heater over to here, along with my softener, which is buried underneath a bunch of stuff, and the conditioner, and try to build a little bit of a closet that's kind of mirroring what the other side was like with the wall. Just trying to hide some of the water stuff, put a door on it, and try to keep it so that this stuff won't get caked in dust. Plus, it's hiding a lot of this plumbing pipe as well, because it's kind of a head knocker. I can't do a whole lot. Right in here is actually a door that's sort of blocked by it. So I'm changing the view here just to show you from this angle. There's the bandsaw and my miter table. This wall here, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. I do have a sink over there I'd like to move as well. I'm going to reroute that over here, try to clean up the plumbing. That's a big part of this workshop remodel, is clean up the plumbing, finish painting the walls white. And kind of a recent thing that I wanted to do is actually put some drywall up on the ceiling. The ceiling has been like this ever since we bought this home. It did have some tiles up here, and they've since then just really kind of fell apart. And the problem is, obviously, you get a lot of cobwebs, and then with the workshop, the dust accumulation makes it look terrible. So every shot that I do in this workshop, I try to avoid that just so you don't see it. So right now it's actually just very late. In fact, it's midnight, kind of right before heading into the new year, and I'm just wanting to do some stuff, trying to sort through the wood. Burning wood right now. We're in the winter, so I'm gonna try to sort through some of the wood I have to be burned, that's going to be cut up. I'm putting that on my miter station just so that I'm prepared. I don't want to make a bunch of noise. I'm a little tired. There's people sleeping in the house. I don't really care to make a bunch of noise, so I'm just trying to tear things apart. So I'm going to continue getting the shelving off the wall, and then trying to sort some of this wood, the dowels I've got that I thought I'd use, and some of the stuff here, and just try to sort it out and get a good game plan for the next step, which would be to haul some of the junk out, get it thrown away, and to maybe finish painting the wall white. Alright, well, right now I've got some stuff cleaned up. I finally just said I gotta try to take some junk out. I've got all this cleared out now. I've actually moved my softener into the corner just to kind of see what I was thinking would happen, and then I marked up where I think the water heater would fit. But I've got a little bit of dilemma. As you can see, there's a board up here that's spanning it. It's actually, I believe, a 10-foot board. And then I've got all this stock here of stuff that I decided to hold on to. Some trim, a lot of trim, really. I've got to figure out where to put that stuff. Yeah, so right now, I'm not really sure where to put this trim stuff. I think I might try to put something still up in this vicinity where the water heater is going to be, because it's totally out of the way. It's somewhere I'm not really going to be putting a lot of things to begin with. But I do have some other places for some storage that I might consider, or I might consider just putting it in a whole different place in the house altogether. Okay, so let me move you. Okay, so jumped forward a good bit because I kind of had a change course. Being that I was working in this area, I have an area underneath my staircase that has been a mess probably for 3 to 4 years, and it's just one of those areas that I throw stuff and kind of forget about it. So I took the initiative, since I was doing this, to just kind of quickly go through there. I got rid of tons of junk, cleaned up a lot of space. Now I can actually walk in there, and so now I'm turning my attention to the water stuff. Okay, so the whole idea, I took all of the things that were on this wall. So if you remember, actually, from some of the videos, my bandsaw was sitting here. I had a router table sitting here. That's all shoved out of the way right now to expose all my plumbing, because a lot of this is going to change. But right now, I want to move my softener back here in the corner. I already moved the storage unit that holds all the salt, but I'm going to move this back here. So I've got to redo some plumbing here. I'm actually going to replace this valve with a ball valve. I'm going to leave this one in here, but I'm going to actually put a ball valve in place of it, just so that my wife can easily shut the water off if there's some catastrophe in the house. So we're going to do that, redo some of this piping, and set the thing back here, hook it back up, and get going. So in order to do all of that, I got to shut off all the water in the house, and that's quite a feat. So the reason why it's quite a feat is because my wife is a hairstylist. She does hair out of her home, so she's constantly using water. In fact, right now I'm still washing dishes, so I'm going to have to check on that. But it's actually about 11 to 12 o'clock. I think it's 11:30 right now at night. And so everybody's asleep, so nobody's using water. So this should go pretty good. Hopefully, if I can figure out a way not to have to drain the whole house, I'll do that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and move the vent for the softener, because there's no water going through that right now. Okay, so as you can see, I've got these things moved, they're plumbed in, and everything's on, and no leaks. So that's good. I didn't film any of that just because it took some time to do, and it was just tight quarters, I had stuff everywhere. So I didn't want to do that. I got a little bit of water on the floor, but hey, that's what happens when you're doing plumbing. So that's all good to go. This is really, really good. It's exactly what I wanted to do. And in fact, there's some parts of it, for instance, the gap between the pipe and the salt container, I can get this out to replace if I ever have to replace it. So the next step is going to be to put the water heater right here. And I believe the measurements that I've measured and marked on the floor are all going to work out pretty good. But for this video, that's going to be about it for this episode. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know that not a lot got done, but behind the scenes, a lot did get done. Cleaning this shop up, getting stuff out of here, getting basically just a lot of dust off the floor, sorting all the wood, and then getting this thing moved was great. So the next step is going to be to move the water heater here, because I want to get all of the water stuff done and out of the way before I build the wall and before I start moving on to other things. So if you like this, if you want to follow me, just please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so that you can be notified of every single video that comes up. But as I always say, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.